For all the feel-good people out there, we are Dust Off the Mic. Oh, that one hit right at the right time. What do you say, Jay?
All my pubes are standing up, Daddy-O.
Dust Off the Mic. Dust Off the Mic. Dust Off the Mic
No,
podcast.
that's not part of the crimes that I committed. I got a Bigfoot guy. My advice to every comedian I've ever met is like, find your voice.
Yeah!
Sounds like drugs.
It was something actiony. It was a very honed-in discussion amongst motivated people. Let's talk prescription pads.
Yeah. Find out who you are.
Most people will never understand what that's like to rely on yourself, not the system. This is what it's all about.
Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage.
But that's usually how you look, though. You usually look like you either
Like I don't give a fuck.
feel like you don't give a fuck, or that you just rebuilt a transmission.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes before you hopped in the car to come here. You look like
Yeah, always.
yeah.
You haven't seen me cleaned up.
No, not since your wedding. I think that's the cleanest I've ever seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I clean up good.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
saying you don't clean up good. I'm just saying I've never seen you clean.
Well, I mean, it's shit, man. I mean, it's just not my thing.
No, listen, fuck it. Everybody needs their pig pen friend.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking with you.
fucking pig pen. Give me a fucking blanket. I'll drag that shit around.
What's that? Oh
Give me a
yeah,
bit fucking pig pen.
wasn't that Linus? The dirty motherfucker had the cloud of shit. Right? Who was the one with the blanket? Now I don't want to Google that. I feel like that's a.
Well,
I feel
thought
like it's
that.
Linus.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was Linus. I can't remember. I don't know the friggin' what do you call
Charlie
it?
Brown.
Yeah, I don't know Charlie Brown. I
No?
almost called them Muppets.
Muppets.
Yeah, I almost called them Muppets. I never watched that shit growing up.
Anyway,
I mean,
welcome back to the Dust
Yeah.
Off the Mic podcast, where we have no fucking clue what's going on. I'm here with Milt Zindel. Milt, you're a hero. Tell everybody what happened. How did you come across this car that had a cat trapped in it?
So, woke up in the morning, got my cup of coffee,
Hmm.
walked into work. Some guy drove from like up towards Trenton, all the way down to here in the Marlton.
Okay.
Sitting there drinking a cup of coffee, and the guy comes in and is like, I got a cat noise in my car. And we all just kind of looked at him, was like, okay, you can drop your car off. He's like, no, I have a cat in my car. I don't know what to do. I just drove from Central Jersey. It's just in there. I can't get him out. So walked out there. I got my welding gloves on because I've dealt with this before, and I'm not going to grab a cat.
The cats don't fucking play it.
No, I'm not going to grab a cat that just drove at 80 miles an hour down 295, and I walk out there, and first thing I hear is it don't sound like a cat. It sounds like a raccoon. So I'm telling the guys, like, just like relax. Like, I'm not trying to get mauled by a raccoon and open the hood and just some shit. So
This has happened to you before, hasn't it? You're speaking from experience.
I have groundhogs and shit like
You've
that.
been attacked by a groundhog fixing cars?
Yeah, open the hood and there's a fucking groundhog in there. And it's just like, oh shit, now what do I do?
It's just
Pretty
it just
much.
fucking
And it's
lunges
like
at you.
chipping its teeth and shit. And yeah, it's like you kind of don't want to fool with them.
Fucking groundhogs.
So
Good for
yeah,
you.
hop in the car, drive it on the lift, raise it up in the air, and start taking the stuff down. I got my gloves ready, and I got the one guy I work with taking everything down, because if it is a raccoon, I'm just going to grab the son of a bitch and just throw him out of the shop. But it was a cat, wound up being a cat, and just pulled him out and all. But yeah.
And then your boss took the video.
Yeah.
And then it went viral.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many likes you have? Like
What was it?
600 something thousand on
Yeah,
TikTok.
600,000 on TikTok.
And the views are over 1 million.
Yeah, over 1 million
That's
views.
fucking crazy. Did you ever think that was going to happen?
No,
No.
that wasn't even a thought in my mind.
Hmm.
I mean, I thought it was cool, more publicity for the shop.
Cool.
Kind of deal. That's what I was
has it been?
aiming for.
Have you feel like you've
Oh
been
my gosh,
a little busier?
Yeah, I walked into Sal's the other day, picking up pizza for the party, for the Oakley's party.
Yeah.
And the guy behind the counter is like, "Oh, you're the cat guy." And it's like, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And then Becca today went to Salad Works, and everyone in Salad was, "Oh, it's Main Street Auto. Oh my gosh, you're the cat people."
Oh shit.
And it's funny because my wife goes in there and it's all girls in the Salad Works. I don't go in there, so she goes in there.
You're
Like,
not a Salad Works guy?
Oh, I love Salad Works, but why am I going to go over there if my wife's already going over there?
That's fair.
So I send her in there, and all the girls, oh, oh, that guy is so cute. And Becca goes, yeah, It's my husband. I'm picking up his salad now, and they all just shut the hell up. They didn't say anymore.
Yeah, got a lot of comments on there like big
Yeah.
strong man rescuing a kitty. Oh, I just love when big strong men rescue things.
Yeah, a lot of weird dudes too.
I believe it. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a little weird. I think some guy put like a ring emoji or some shit. And I'm like, yeah, homie, don't roll that way.
I mean, hear him out.
Yeah.
See what he's offering. If his first offer is diamonds,
Yeah,
hear him out.
Just trying to get Becca to ride the gravy
I know you
train.
love being a mechanic, but
Yeah.
it doesn't pay that,
I mean,
that good.
I mean,
If he's throwing you diamonds, please marry me, Mr. Catman.
$20 is $20. I mean,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Boardwalk talk. So what else you got going on, man?
just working is mostly what I do. Monday through Friday, man.
Yeah.
That's my life.
And you've been a mechanic as long as I've known you.
Longer. Well, we graduated high school, started working as a mechanic.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
were doing shit in high school. You were auto shop. You were pretty much every time I was in the auto shop, it wasn't even my class, and
Yeah.
you're in there fucking around with something.
I wouldn't even call what I was doing beforehand really mechanic work. I mean, mostly a bunch of young kids just fooling with stuff to see what they could get into.
Yeah.
I mean, more times than none, I can remember, me and a couple guys being in mud holes, and I'm trying to retime a distributor sitting on top of a car in about 6 foot of water, trying to get the thing to run so we could get a car out of the hole kind of deal. Yeah, that's
Spoken like a true piney.
yeah. Well,
God bless.
I'm not no piney. I mean, that'd be easy.
I didn't realize you were gonna take offense to that, man.
I mean, easy.
Words mean nothing. I'll take it out. Sorry, my bad. I'll take it out.
No, you're good. I mean, I got all my teeth.
That doesn't mean you. No. You've distinguished the difference before, like between piney and like wood tick.
Yeah,
and then a couple of. I don't know the difference.
I say like the pineys are like the the Medford Marlton guys, and then the wood ticks are you cross 206 and it's like the Mason Dixon line. You go out in the woods and you hear a banjo, you're like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
And then 30 minutes next direction, you're in Philly.
Well, yeah, or you go deeper in there and then you're in Camden in the woods in Presidential Lakes, and then you have just military bases and then bombing ranges, and then it's just the shore.
I've seen some shit out in the woods, man.
Yeah.
People building like clubhouses underground and shit, like out of old shipping containers.
Yeah, well, what was it? Thanksgiving Eve. I got this guy I work with. He's 18, and he's been bugging me to take him out on the Razor.
That's a kid I met at your daughter's party.
Yeah, the young guy. So, a couple of my buddies are calling me saying, "Let's go out to this place called Materials," and I've never been out there. So I get him, tell him to. Tell his parents, oh, well, I'm taking him out. Oh, you got to be home by 1 a.m., blah, 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 blah. His kid's never done anything like that. The kid's from Brooklyn. So hop in the Razor, pick him up at his house, blast all the way out to Billy Boy's, hop out of the Razor. And I mean, and then everyone wants to go to Materials. So we ride an hour and a half out into the woods and then come out to this pit. And there's like 800 or 900 people around it, just going crazy. I mean, it's just a wild time. It brings me back to, doing stuff like that in high school, like going out to the pole lines and stuff like that. I mean, I just would not
Quarter
expect
mile,
that.
Carranza Road, all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
Quarter Mile, Carranza.
I've been stuck out in out that way before.
Well, that was with the old Blazer, right?
I had a 2-door 5-speed one, the S10 Blazer. Yeah. I had some drunk asshole drive it into what he said was like a sandbarred lake. First of all, I was shit-faced. All right, let's get that out of the way. So my decision-making process is fucking non-existent at this point. We're out there. It's me and my brother's friends. His one buddy, Bob, comes up to me and says, we got to go, dude. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking hammered. I'm probably going to sleep in this truck tonight. And he's like, nah, dude, I'll drive. I'm not that drunk. And I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right. Let's go. And I'm like, where are we going to go? We're going to go all the way back through that trail. And he's like, nah, there's a sandbar underneath this, like, fucking, it's a lake. It's not a sandbar. It's like, you've been to numerous lakes in New Jersey. How many fucking sandbars underneath that only a drunk person would believe?
Yeah.
And then he's like, it's all good, dude. We all hop in. I'm fucking hammered. I got a cigarette lit. I'm hanging out my passenger window. And I'm like, hey, you're good. I'm like, I see it, dude. And it's not existent. It's not there. And it just goes, yeah, we're good. Just floods my Blazer. We had to dry crank all the. We had to take the spark plugs out, dry crank it, so
Where
shot the
hell-
water at.
Where was that at?
It was Quarter Mile.
Was it Quarter Mile?
Yeah,
So
it
did
was
you
one of
guys
these-
go out to the island?
Yeah, right after it flooded too.
Yeah,
And it was all like tracks from mud. I was doing
Yeah.
donuts in the two door. I'm telling you, man, that little S10 Blazer romped.
that place is like a puzzle. If you don't know where you're going, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going out there, driving. Was it like an F-250 on 40s? And
That's a
we're-
big truck to be
oh,
pushing
yeah.
back there too.
Well, we were doing like 70 through the trails, like Baja.
Fuck that, dude.
Well, you remember who caught so and so on fire in the back of their truck? Do you remember
Huh?
that?
No,
I thought you were. I thought you remember that.
I think I would remember somebody getting lit on fire.
I forget.
Please
who it
elaborate
was.
now.
We were out there, me and a buddy, and we were driving through the woods, and then out of nowhere, we got this phone call. It's like so and so caught the whole truck on fire, caught everyone in the back on fire. I'm like thinking, what the hell's going on? So me and my buddy were doing like 70, 80, flying through the woods, hitting all the whoops, launching this F-250.
Just tearing the sides of this truck.
And then apparently somebody like lit a cigarette in the back of a truck where gas spilled or some shit, and then just like, caught everyone on fire or some shit. I forget who it was. I
Holy
can't
shit.
remember.
No,
But,
no, we usually filled up before we left. We didn't need much gas after that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's shit, man. It brings you back so many wild memories out that way.
How's your you got 6 cars now, you said when I was at your house?
Yeah.
6 fucking cars.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I got the Buick,
Mm-hmm.
my hoopty,
What year is that again?
like an 01.
01 Buick Hoopty.
Yeah, that's my hoopty. That's my
Okay.
woods beater.
Scoot about.
Yep.
Okay.
Got the Cummins.
Okay.
We got the Chevy. I got the old Chevy.
And it's a 72.
72. Yeah. And then I got the Razor.
Nice.
Got Becca's car. So I think that's what, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You any other projects in the making here? Or are you
No,
just
I'm
grind?
done.
Just done
Yeah, I'm done for right now.
after the pickup?
Yeah, well, the pickup was a bucket list thing.
Mm-hmm.
The pickup was like one of those things that I've been wanting to do for a number of years, and it was like took me about 4 or 5 years to get all the stuff together. The truck, the engine, transmission, and kind of just piece it together. And it was like over, I don't know, it was like 2 months. Just started putting it together, and it's kind of just put it on the back burner for now because I need to do more stuff on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, all my funds are tied up with stuff with work and tied up with stuff with home, and I haven't had the time.
No, I understand. You got to take care of business first.
Yeah.
So, go through with me real quick. I still find it hilarious with the rattlesnake hunting stuff.
Yeah.
Which is by far one of the most badass things anybody in my friend group is doing.
Yeah.
I just find it hilarious. Like you got all these exploits about the cat, and then you're like, "Yep, I'll hunt these fucking rattlesnakes." And you told the guy on the news that shit too.
Yeah.
Oh God, I gotta download that news report.
Yeah. No, I was I basically, me and my pop go up there every summer, spend just about a week up in the mountains.
You guys got a cabin out there?
No, a hotel.
Nice.
Up in the northern PA, like Red Rock, Dew Shore kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
Stay at a hotel up there. It's like it's just a 1-horse town. It's the only street light in the town is in this town. It's Dew Shore. Or the only street light in the county is in that town.
The only street light in the county
In
is in this town that you're staying
It's
at.
one street light. That is it.
All right, so the hotel you're at is haunted for sure.
The hotel is like a 5-star resort.
Really?
Yeah. It like if you went up there for like a couple days just to get away, it's like go in there, 5-star service, clean rooms, real big, huge king size beds.
Is that pricey?
I think it runs like $450 for 4 or 5 days.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, and there's a restaurant attached to it. The wife cooks, and it's like the only good restaurant in the town. Besides, I mean, it has a bar attached to it, but there's only one other bar, and their food sucks. So everyone goes to this place, but yeah, I mean, me and my pop go up there. We're treated like kings. I mean, they reserve a room for us in January
Mhm.
before my pop even calls. You know, they know that we're coming up there. They know around the date range, and they just make sure they have a room, usually the same room we always get, all ready for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are they usually busy?
Yeah, they're slamming.
Really?
Yeah.
For a small town like that, they're busy as hell?
Yeah, it's what is it? Hotel du Jour is what they call
Hotel
it.
du Jour.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a killer place. It's like you wouldn't expect it. You know, you drive through the mountains, you drive through this place called Red Rock,
Mhm.
and go up this mountain that's like a 20% grade and wind all through the woods, and you have no service the entire time. Then you drop down into is it a town called Lopez, and then you're in Du Jour after
Mhm.
that. But there's nothing there. Like, you wouldn't expect anything to be there, and then you just go into this one little streetlight town, and that's it.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
And then you guys just traverse the wilderness and
Yeah.
hunt rattlesnakes.
I don't kill them.
You don't?
No,
Okay. I was under the impression you were fucking making. I'll clip it. I had the fucking impression you were doing this shit every year.
No. No, we go up there, we hunt them.
Okay.
I mean, and when I mean hunt, it's you
That's
talking,
why you've always called it
Yeah.
hunting for rattlesnakes, bastard. I'm fucking stupid.
No, dude, it's walking like 50, 60 miles in 4 days.
Damn.
I think the longest we ever walked was like close to 70, and you're hoofing. You're at 22 to 2,500 feet above sea level. You're going over cliffs, rocks, in rhododendron you can't see, but this far in front of your face that just opens up to a rocky outcrop in the middle of the woods.
Fantastic.
I mean, just the trail to get in, I take the razor up.
Mhm.
It's 5 miles in and then 5 miles back. So 5 miles in, and then the 60 or 70 miles of walking is just all throughout the woods. I mean, it's treacherous.
Like, and you're doing this 50, 60 miles over the span of how long?
About 4 or 5 days.
Damn. And you just park the razor up.
Yep.
And it stays there.
Mhm. I mean, there's no one there. I mean, let's see. Last year or last year or the year before was the first time we've ever seen anybody up there rattlesnake hunting.
Okay.
I mean, and it was weird. Like, you're in the middle of nowhere. I just walked probably 2 miles into the woods, I want to say.
Okay.
And you go out to this rocky outcrop, and there's a cliff on the one side, and it's real open, but there's all woods around it, and there's fucking no one, right? And me and my pop are walking around, we're looking, we found a couple, and then just out of nowhere, this like local just comes running across the rocks like he's Bigfoot. He's like, "Oh, you guys see anything?" And we're like, "Where the fuck did this guy come from?" I mean, dude, you're in reality,
It's
you're
Rattlesnake Randy, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking does that shit all the time.
I mean, in reality, you're 8 miles from the road. And then if you really want to go crazy, you're at you're solid half an hour, 45 minutes from like fucking anybody. Maybe some like weird cabins on the side of the road.
That guy was burying a body.
What, he had all his snake gear and
I
shit.
checked over there. You guys are good. Don't worry about it.
No,
There's nothing over there.
He had all his snake gear and shit. And like, I look at my
Okay.
dad, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't see anything. I mean, he just hops across the woods and
Mhm.
just fucking disappears."
That guy kills people.
Yeah, you don't see him anymore. I mean, me and my pop pack when we go up there, but you kind of have to, because I don't know what Rattlesnake Randy's fucking doing. Coming just popping his head out of the
Just
wood.
fucking killing snakes and people, and
You're like, "Hey, how you guys doing?"
just pulling a rip from Yellowstone and just fucking killing people with rattlesnakes and shit.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
What are you guys sleeping in? Sleeping bags, or you got tents and
No,
shit?
the hotel. So we drive there.
4 or 5 days though. You said you parked so you're
Yeah.
leaving. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm sorry. I am imagining that you are driving this Razor up
Yeah.
there, parking it for 4 or 5
Mm-mm.
days. Okay.
No,
That's why I'm baffled now.
You've met my pop, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think my pop's gonna camp in the woods?
He
For
looks
4
like he
nights?
can handle himself. Yeah.
Dude,
As I know you can.
I mean, I could. I mean, I'm sure my pop could, but I mean, we're both older. I mean, now at this point, I mean,
Motherfucker, you are like 32, 33 years old.
33.
Yeah.
I don't want to go camping if I don't have to. If there's a fucking hotel that's a 5-star hotel, I'm gonna do it.
I don't disagree with
Yeah.
you.
I mean,
don't
I
disagree
want to
with
go.
you.
I want to go sleep in my California King. Sip a cocktail, have a steak, ready for me, ready to go,
Mm.
have an appetizer, and just mellow out, at the end of the night, finish it off with a nightcap, and then go to bed.
And then go out the next morning and just
6
fucking hang out
a.m..
with Rattlesnake Randy and hopefully not trip over a corpse.
Yeah. Wake up at 6 a.m., hop in the truck, and then drive another hour out of the way in the middle of nowhere, where, the Pineys and the wood ticks around here, these people would just blow these people out of the water. Imagine like
It's Pennsylvania out that way.
Imagine like Brown's Mills.
I'm sorry. I'm going to superimpose a banjo right there.
Yeah.
Editing skills.
Imagine like Brown's Mills, but 10 times worse. Like, you're going around and there's boats in everyone's parking or in everyone's driveway. There's not a fucking lake anywhere. So what's the point of having a boat? Like you're driving.
They're prepping for the Armageddon.
Dude, you're driving through the woods and there's like a fucking sailboat in some guy's yard and there's not a lake anywhere. The nearest lake is like 60 miles. And you're not going to take a fucking sailboat in, the little pond that's 4 foot deep.
Hey, I happen to know for a fact those people have enough crystal meth that they can sail
Oh,
anywhere.
I'm sure.
All right. They can sail anywhere.
I'm sure, man. Shit. My pop was looking at a yard sale. We were up there the one day. And like the guy's house, like it looks like it could be a nice house. But his kids are out front. They have no clothes on other than underwear. He's sitting there with no shirt on, shorts, and his wife's, I think she was either like breastfeeding a baby on like the edge of the porch. And my dad goes over and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go look at this yard sale." I said, "You go ahead. I'll sit back in case something happens." And he's sitting there trying to sell like trash. It's like just shit he found on the side of the road and all, like porcelain insulators for telephone poles and like, I don't know, a couple used books and like, Handy Randy's fucking underwear from 2 years ago and shit. And it's like, "Oh yeah, this is good stuff. $5 for the boxers."
Next thing you know, Gary Vee comes out of nowhere and just like, "I'm gonna fucking beat this guy to death." Throw in the porcelain insulation.
Yeah.
I'll take Randy's underwear for free.
But it's wild up there. It's a whole nother world. I personally, I love it.
Yeah.
But,
I loved being out in the woods, like Appalachian Trail and shit. Like that was awesome. I loved hiking.
Yeah.
Being out in the middle of fucking nowhere. We got passed by a guy hiking. We were on like the like North Jersey part of the AT.
Yeah.
And this dude, and mind you, I'm 16, 17 years old, hiking with a group of kids from my camp at the time in Medford. And this dude who is just skinny as shit, old as hell, smoking a Marlboro Red, just walking past, "Hey guys," and then literally he's got the fire set up by like we're dying when we get to the campsite, and he's already got a fire set up. Just some random guy. His name was Red. His trail name was Red.
That's great.
Shout out Red if you're still alive. I can't imagine smoking that many cigarettes. You were old as fuck when I was 16, so rip Red, I guess.
I got a buddy of mine. I haven't talked to him in a while. He went from Florida to Maine.
That's the whole fucking thing.
Walked it.
It's pretty much the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, him and his wife, they took like a year off of work and friggin' walked it.
Wow.
It's like 2,000 miles or some shit.
If you have the time, effort, and energy to do so,
by all means. They were like, he wrote a book. I forget the name of his book, but yeah, he left in like early spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then he camped out in the wintertime all along, I think North Carolina, he was camping out in the wintertime.
Wow.
And then by like the next fall, he made it all the way to Maine or some shit like that. But it was like, I don't know if I could do that. I'd be fucking dying.
I don't know if I can do it right now.
No, my legs would be killing me, man.
Yeah. I got dad back.
Yeah.
I know you got dad back too.
No, my back's good.
No?
It's my legs.
Yeah.
My legs are killing me.
I got dad back.
Like I leaned down at work to put a car on the lift and I just pain.
My legs are good.
Yeah.
My legs are good. It's sitting for too long.
Well, you're a sales guy. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been an active sales guy up until about 2 years ago. Or like since like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Because cars was very stagnant sales. Like you're not moving until somebody comes in. Like here, if I want to go find something out about a camper, like I have to walk a football field's length just to find out.
Yeah.
There's really no other better way to do it. Plus, we do try and make an effort to get more steps in. Everybody here seems to be on a bit of a more healthier kick
Yeah.
than most car salesmen. Like, I don't give a
That's
fuck.
fine.
And me explaining to you, like,
Yeah.
it's cool. Like, we can make it like this conversation never happened. Just disappear. You know, my first fucking memory of you was you making some crazy ass noise in the school hallway. David Sebra. Me and David Sebra. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, he was a character, man.
He was so much fucking fun to grow up with.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
So much fucking fun to grow up with. That one hit different because I never saw that coming.
No, I haven't talked to him in years. I mean, probably right after high school.
Man,
I haven't really talked to him.
I ran into him at a Wawa.
Yeah.
Right. And he had, super long hair like Dave did. And he was in the Air Force and he looked like he was doing good and he looked healthy. You know what I mean? He's Dave. Like, he's always been quirky and weird and goofy. Like, it's always been him. And then that was like not even a year until I got the call. I got I forget who called me. I think it was one of the guys from the old neighborhood called me.
Well, I mean, dude, that 09 class.
Devastated by drugs, man.
Well, drugs, accidents. I mean, it's nuts. 08, 09, like the tail end of 08 and mostly 09. It's just, I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, at least 24 people that I've known. I mean, at a minimum.
If you factor in all the people I've known through, 12-step programs and jail and high school, and I'm probably just north of 40-something people that I've attended funerals for, we're close with, and then they passed. It's wild, dude. I don't even think it's slowing down. I think it's getting worse because it's not even drugs these kids are getting now. It's literally just poison.
Yeah.
And they're just putting it out there to kill you at this point.
I mean, I mean, Tanner was rough. I mean, you remember Tanner?
I went to meetings with him a couple times, man.
I mean,
such a good dude.
Well, he was, as far as I know, he was doing good. And
I mean, last I seen him, he was, but you're talking 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, that was a crazy one. You have Sebra. I got
Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons.
Simmons went. Quite a few others, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather not list them all, but
yeah, I know
there are a ton. Like, I do have plans in the future with the show to try and maybe work out like a scholarship program for people trying to get into rehab or something like that.
That's
like start a charity, kitty it up, and see what's up.
Yeah.
And I got some buddies who are really good at fundraisers, not too far from here. I might reach out to them. And if anybody else knows, reach out. We're on all the socials.
Yeah.
If you haven't liked or subscribed by now, go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. But seriously.
Are you on Spotify yet?
No, I'm actually waiting to get at least 20 episodes. So you're number 17, I believe. So I'm trying to get at least 20 episodes, and then I'm going to have them all there. So that way, when the Spotify crowd is introduced to this, it seems a little bit more than like an internet show.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy with what this is. Like that, people comment all the time, like, oh, your podcast isn't like two people sitting at a table. Like, well, no, because that's not the kind of podcast I wanted. It was one of my favorite things to watch, weirdly enough, Howard Stern.
Really?
Because my dad used to watch that shit in the morning. Like, because he would watch it and then listen to it on the ride home. This is back when you can get Howard Stern on mainstream, like, radio.
Yeah.
So he would turn it on and it's playing. It's playing live like it would news. I forget what channel that shit was, but he would do that, or he would watch reruns, and then I just loved that. Like, it would shift from camera to camera. Like, this is actually just a production spot. Like, when Jason's here, he sits here, he works this stuff.
Okay.
And then I want to sit in the black chair and kind of
like
do that.
Cross?
Yeah, I got to move the TV. I have nothing but plans and no time to do it. You know what I mean? So I have big plans. Like, I want to make more of it. But it's always been. It's what I want. You know what I mean? It's a setup that I want. It's the vibe I want. It's my fucking furniture surrounded by shit that I've collected. It's cool. Like, I don't need to sit. I'm not trying to emulate Joe Rogan. I don't need to sit at a big old table, which, don't get me wrong, if I could be as popular, that'd be great. But, it doesn't need to be that. This is my thing.
Just, it's like a bullshit sesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a couple guys just talking.
Well, what I'm doing with the show and with my comedy is a lot more than just talking.
Yeah.
It's people living people are living a day-to-day grind. People are going through what they think they need to do in order to survive. You know, and we've been, positioned in a sense with society where we have no choice. You either clock in, work, clock out, go home, and it's hopefully you've attained some closure and some happiness in that. But if not, most people are not. Most people are not happy with the cycle, the 9 to 5 grind, the working for someone, being told like I got people constantly telling me like my boss is just a fucking human. It's just a fucking human. Hello? It's just another fucking human.
Yeah.
Who has agreed to pay me if I do services for him. That doesn't make him better than me. Isn't
God.
Exactly. And I learned through sales that I want to talk to people. I love people, and I want people that when they realize that they want to do something more than that. Listen, if you got to fucking go to work, dude, go to work. You're a great mechanic. For a fact, you are the only person I trust aside from myself and my stepfather to work on my Harley and my trucks. That's it. Anybody else, go fuck yourself, or it has to be a dealership. Am I wrong? Have I had anybody fix that fucker? But you're good at it, and I imagine you like it quite a bit. It's kind of what I've always seen you to enjoy.
Oh
you like building.
I'm big builder. Yeah,
we need people that like building.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But people settle for things that aren't what they like, and they just go through it. They're subjected to. They endure their jobs. I've been working with lately my buddy, you remember Kyle Dringus? He was in high school with us as well.
Vaguely.
He's now a EDM and dubstep music artist named Skopic.
Oh, okay.
He was on my show last week, and
I saw that.
Yeah, that's the most recent episodes. I got Eric Spinner on the show. He's now getting paid to tour people and hunt for Bigfoot. How fucking awesome is that? You know what? And I can't imagine how many people told Eric to his face, "You're crazy. That's stupid." I fucking love that. Like, it took me maybe, you've met Eric. It took me maybe an hour of talking to him to find out about Bigfoot and his interest in him. But after that, I was like, this dude's just embracing his weird and is going to make it in that no matter what. And boom. That's what I want. I want to capture anybody doing that in any stage of the process.
Okay.
I'm talking to a guy who's 30 years into his field right now. I'm trying to convince him to do a call on the show because he's in Arizona. I got, rappers that I'm going to have beats made and stuff. I want people to show me what they got. I want it all. And I want to keep doing my stand-up. And I want to, and that's primarily what I want to do. This keeps me sharp and it keeps me in touch with people, because when you're a stand-up comedian, I've learned from experience, unless you submerge yourself and are constantly around a lot of people, you do tend to recluse a bit. And I don't want that, but I've been to the jobs where I hate it. I've been to the jobs where I once loved it and now I hate it. I've been to the jobs where they're making you feel this big, man. They make you feel this big because of what? So I don't go anywhere.
Well, it's corporate.
It's either corporate. Maybe it's ego. Maybe you emulate something in them that they failed on in life. Who the fuck knows, man? But I made a decision a little bit ago that I was going to do something about the fact that I want to be a comedian. I want to work in comedy. I like talking. You know me. I don't shut the fuck up. I don't shut the fuck up.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to, because I can't let you fucking talk. Dude, you didn't get a fucking word in. Yeah. So that's just what I want, man. And at the end of the day, like, let's say the audio in this doesn't sync up and the video looks like ass and it's just one audio thing. You're a good friend of mine, man. I've known you for years. You're always there when I need you and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's a good, just fucking talk, man. Where are you at? How's life? Are you happy? Everything good? How's the kids?
Yeah, I mean, in general, yeah, happy. It's mostly just busy, man. I mean, the past year has been just mostly revolving around work.
Yeah,
it's mostly been more, revolving about
and bills, because everything's getting more expensive right now, or has gotten more expensive.
Bills that's a whole nother bowl of wax. I mean,
yeah.
You can go into a deep dive on bills. Just
you take care of business. You know,
Well,
what
I
I mean,
mean-
take care of your business.
Yeah, you got 2 kids.
Mhm,
You know, I got 2 kids.
Mhm.
You got 2 kids.
mhm.
I mean, just kids alone, the bills are exponential.
Yeah.
You know, food.
Survival is expensive.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go out and kill something and eat it,
Well,
survival is expensive.
Dude, I thought about it.
You know what, dude? I have enough fucking bows and arrows. You know what I mean?
mean,
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Second
I mean,
Amendment friendly podcast, by the way, if in
Yeah,
case anybody's curious of my stance on whether or
yeah.
not you should be shot for breaking into my
I
house.
mean, we don't have to go into details, but I've thought plenty of times, just like, okay, well, I got woods across the street from my house. I need food for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, well, during COVID, like we were getting ready to close down at Dan's,
Mhm.
you know, and I was talking to Becca. I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do for work. I said, if it gets bad, I said, the first thing I'm going to be doing, I said, you're going to see me out in those woods hunting that deer.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's going to be the only thing. So if you see me dragging a deer across the road, I don't know what to tell you. It's good. It's going to happen.
Fuck it.
And thank God it was like 2 weeks of downtime. And then everyone's home was like, oh, well, I'm just going to get everything fixed on my car. And then it was just slammed, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of doing that.
Me either, man. Most of the deer around here die from cars.
Yeah.
You know, let them die with a little dignity and an arrow in the neck. You know what I mean? I won't go to waste.
Dude, I haven't been hunting out here in years.
Me either.
You know, last time I went hunting, it was like Rambo.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I was still on drugs. I was still on drugs last time I went hunting. Hey, listen. I didn't have felonies at that point.
Well, I went out with a buddy, and it was, dude, it was like snowing, rainy, and it got to the point where it's like I hate hunting around here because the terrain sucks and it's always swampy.
Yeah, like
Unless
the
you-
water tables are all fucked up around
Yeah,
here.
unless you know where you're going. And
Yeah.
I catch myself, like, we got 2 does, but I catch myself, I'm army crawling in a swamp in the snow. I'm covered in snow, covered in shit. And
A shitty snow swamp.
well, I'm like 20 feet away from 2 deer, and it's so congested. I have to call to my buddy. I was like, all right, where are you? So I don't shoot you. And there's 2 deer in front of me. He's like, just tell me where you're at. He's like, oh, I'm over here. And it's just,
I'm near the tree.
yeah, it's just,
Asshole.
I think I said, hide behind a tree from
Yeah.
where I'm calling. He's like, oh, okay. And took a couple shots, got 2 deer. And I was like, that was the last time I've been hunting around here. It's, I mean, it sucks. But I mean, I like going to PA. It's nice hunting up in PA. You know,
I imagine. I don't think I've ever been hunting up in PA.
well, I've been to PA, I've been to Maine, I've been to Virginia, Canada, Saskatchewan, Canada. That's a whole nother bowl of wax right there.
Really? Why's that?
Well, it's just out there.
Oh.
You know, you're hunting off of an Indian preserve. You can't take the meat back with you. I mean, you can, but you have to pay an arm and a leg. So what you do is you shoot something and then you take the meat and you donate it to the Indian community as like almost like okay, well, there's outsiders coming into my community to hunt. Well, here's an offering. You can have my deer. Just give me the hide and the head kind of deal. And they're cool with that.
Okay.
But I did that in Canada. I hunted Sarah Connor from the Terminator.
Okay.
I hunted her property in Virginia.
That's awesome.
Yeah, never met her, but I did hunt. She has this, red barn on her
What was her
property.
name again?
I can't remember.
My mom used to go to the gym with her at Gold's back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently, I hear that all the time. My mom tells me that story all the time. I forget her name. Fuck, that's gonna bother me. Report. Hold on, come on. I'll tell you this whole story. Let's go.
Come on, I'll bring it in. Bring it in here.
Yeah.
Sketchy diorama.
Yeah. Well, you're wondering what it is. It's actually a fucking hilarious story. So this right here is a diorama of a Nancy Drew book It's a diorama of a book report that I never fucking did. Okay?
Yeah.
It's literally okay. I'm a huge procrastinator, especially when it comes to school and shit.
Yeah.
And in first grade it was like our first book report, or first or second grade or whatever. So one of our first big book reports. They gave us like 2 months to do it. to read the fucking book of our choice. We could choose the book. Literally had all the advantages in place. I waited till the very last night, and sprung that shit on my mom. And then my mom was she's a G. So she's like, let's go. And we went out to AC Moore, took an old shoebox, grabbed a bunch of dolls, all threw that shit together. Never read the fucking book. Never read the book. Bullshitted the entire presentation from no information on the book. And then at the end, the teacher was like, well, did they find the guy or whatever? I made this whole bullshit up about her dad getting kidnapped. I don't think that's what it was. I don't think that's what it was at all. I don't think there's a Nancy Drew book out there where dad gets kidnapped and violently dragged away. And so, yeah, that's what that is. It's just a diorama of the first time I bullshitted my way into an A. And I got an A for that.
Well, that's funny as hell.
Yeah. So, and then I was like, wow, you can really lie through school.
You got really good at it.
Oh, the best. The best. Well, I mean, how long you got for, man? Did you tell back at like 3 hours? Now you want to go to the bar or something?
No, I ain't going to the bar.
What's that?
I ain't going to the bar.
Okay.
I mean, what time is it? The only chore I got is to bring bread home.
Yeah, get that bread,
Yeah,
son. Yeah,
that's
get
about
that
it.
bread, son.
Let's see. Yeah.
You didn't get it.
No, I'll get bread on my way home. I mean, I'm only around the corner.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not in a huge rush. I mean,
Okay.
shit. I worked till 10:30 last night.
God damn, on what?
Everything.
Holy shit.
See, I did Becca's car. Later on in the night. You know, it's weird in Marlton late at night,
Yeah.
especially during the week. It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I sitting at work, and I wouldn't doubt if my shop is haunted. It's an old farrier's building.
I can probably help you with that.
Oh, well, I want to say
I can't, but I have friends that can.
I want to say it's like early 1900s, but they used to repair stagecoaches and repair or reshoe horses and all in it.
Mhm.
Like we had I had to put lifts or another lift in the back in the very fourth bay. We ended up cutting up the concrete, and as the guy was digging it, like we're finding bells and horseshoes and bottles and all stuff from 1930 and forward. But yeah, you sitting doing work at the shop, and you start hearing like footsteps walking around the shop, and you're like, okay, I should be strapped while I'm working because I don't know who the hell's in here.
Well, normally I say I got a guy for that, but I actually have 2 girls for that. And
Yeah.
they're the group of Beyond. They were on my show before.
Yeah.
They're starting their podcast up. I believe they either started it or starting it soon.
Okay.
But yeah, they can find out if your shit's on it if you'd like.
I just got to talk to my boss. We were talking about having our shop.
I mean, you got the cat PR going great.
I mean, yeah.
It's going great. The cat public relations is going awesome.
Yeah.
Get some haunted shit in there. Get the really creepy people trying to get their cars fixed there. You could.
I could. Well, Spinner goes out, I forget where he goes now. I would have a Bigfoot guy come to the shop, put him on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
that'd be
not?
something else.
See? That's what just be the guy who fixes weird ass people's cars.
Yeah.
Let's do this, dude.
I mean, ghost people do Bigfoot. Just a cryptid mechanic.
Yeah,
There you go.
cryptid mechanic. Yeah.
Yep, there you go. I need to change it. Get a TikTok and make that my handle. Cryptic mechanic. Yeah.
Think about it. I'll help.
Yeah.
There's no way it won't be awesome.
Yeah.
There's no way it won't be awesome. Well, Brittany made us tacos, so we're gonna have some tacos.
We're gonna have tacos.
Yeah, we're gonna have tacos.
All right.
You're eating tacos, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
She made more taco meat
Did she?
because you were getting tacos. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
We're gonna go have tacos, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and read it, you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage.